Hello and welcome to my show. This is your host, Mario Vega. I'm going to make two videos. Obviously not today, but I will make another video that goes along with this video. I want to talk to you about where you at right now. Not location-wise, but how are you feeling? What are you going through? Okay, are you feeling sad, angry, maybe jealous? Or are you happy? Are you in love, or do you want love? Where are you? All right, think about where you're at right now. And so, excuse me, from low to high, the level of consciousness are, okay, pay attention to how you feel right now, okay? From the lower levels of consciousness is shame, guilt, apathy, grief, fear, desire, anger, pride, courage, neutrality, willingness, acceptance, reason, love, joy, peace, and enlightenment. Where are you in this scale? All right, now we're going to move forward, and while you can pop in and out of the different levels of consciousness various times, right? Usually there's the predominant normal state for us. What's your normal? Are you feeling down? Are you feeling unhappy? Is that your normal? Do you have to do drugs to cope, with how you feel? Listen, yes, I know that what I'm about to say, it's not gonna feel nice and happy and this and that, but you have to stop fucking doing drugs, okay? You have to stop fucking drinking. You have to stop having meaningless sex to make yourself feel better. You have to cut that shit out, okay? If you wanna go from what I read to enlightenment or happy, peace, and love, you have to stop fucking yourself over. You're doing this to yourself. No one else is doing this to you. You're doing this to yourself. It's your freaking choices. It's where you're at. It's how you deal with this shit. This is your fault. Nobody else's, okay? Not your dad, not your mom's, not my fault, not your boyfriend's fault or your girlfriend's or your ex's or blah, 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 blah. It's your fault. So accept responsibility and grow the fuck up, all right? So I'll go over the levels in order, mostly focusing on the ones between courage and reason, since that's the range where you are most likely to land. The labels are Hawking's. The descriptions of each level are based on Hawking's descriptions, but blended with his own thoughts, okay? So shame, all right? Maybe you feel here, maybe you feel shame for whatever you did. I don't know. Just a step above death, you are probably contemplating suicide at this point. All right? Either that or you are a serial killer. Think of this as self-directed hatred. Guilt, a step above shame, but you still may be having thoughts of suicide. Is that you? Call someone for help, all right? And if you know someone that feels suicidal, pick up their call if they call you. Don't ignore them, okay? You think of yourself as a sinner. Do you feel that? Unable to forgive yourself for the past transgressions? Apathy, feeling hopeless or victimized. A state of learned helplessness. So you learn this. Many homeless people are stuck here. Grief, a state of perpetual sadness and loss. You might drop down here after losing a loved one. Depression, still higher than apathy, since you are beginning to escape the numbness. What do you do to numb the pain? Drugs, right? Guess what? Drugs alcohol does not allow you to raise up the scale. You're going to come down in your vibration. You're not going to go up higher because you're drinking too much. That lowers your vibration. Weed lowers your vibration. All right? Meaningless sex does it for sure. Okay? Trust me. That's why I've been celibate for 12 years. Okay? Fear. Are you here? Are you here? Fear. Seeing the world as dangerous and unsafe. Paranoia. Usually you'll need help to rise above this level, or you will remain trapped for a long time. Okay? Such as in an abusive relationship. Do you find yourself in an abusive relationship? You have to get out of there. All right? You have to. It's for your safety. Fuck whoever your abuser is. Whoever's trying to tell you to stay the same is a loser. Get away from them. You deserve better. Okay? You do. Desire. Not to be confused with setting an achievement goal. This is a level of addiction, craving, or lust. See what I'm saying? Meaningless sex. For money. Maybe you're a prostitute. Maybe. Okay? For money. Lust for money, approval, power, fame, etc. Maybe you're doing some, underhanded shit for money and power and clout. You're a loser. Okay? Materialism. Sounds like you have a problem. Okay? That's desire. Okay? You want the things of the world no matter what. You'll kill anybody, you'll DX anybody, whatever you do. Okay? So this is the level of smoking and drinking and doing drugs. What did I just say? Right? I had to get my shit together. All right? And you need to as well. Anger. A level of frustration, often from not having your desires met at a lower level. This level can spur you to action at higher levels, or it can keep you stuck in hatred. Remember? Stuck. You don't want to be stuck. You don't want the next 7, 8, 10, 15, 20 years stuck in the same vibration because you don't have the balls to go up in vibration. Okay? So anger. So higher levels, or it can keep you stuck in hatred, in an abusive relationship again. All right? You'll often see anger, any anger person coupled with a fear person. Is your boyfriend angry and are you fearful? You need to leave this person. You need to get the hell away from these people. If people don't want you to change, if people don't want you to rise up in the level of consciousness, they're not your friends and they're not your family. Cut them all out. You have to do this. These are anchors in your life. You don't want these anchors in your life. You'll never become any more than the people you hang around. All right? Look at the 5, 10 people you have. You will be just like those losers because those losers want you to stay there. They don't want to see you grow. Ask me how I know. Pride. The first level where you start to feel good. But it's a false feeling. It's dependent on an external circumstances, money, prestige, etc. So it's vulnerable. Pride can lead to nationalism, racism, and religious wars. Think the Nazis, okay? Kind of thing. Courage. The first level of true strength. I've made a previous post about this level. It says here, courage is the gateway. Have courage to get out from where you're at. Have courage to step away from all those losers you have around. Have the courage to not listen to anyone. Have the courage not to talk to anyone because you deserve better and you do. Okay? This is where you start to see life as challenging and exciting instead of overwhelming. You begin to have an inkling of interest in personal growth. If you are showing courage and people want to pull you down, they're not your friends and they're not your family. Leave them alone. They are losers. They don't want you to become any more than they have done for their lives. Get away from these people. All right. So you begin to have an inkling of interest of personal growth. Although this level, you'll probably call it something else like skill building, career advancements, education, etc. Neutrality. This level is optimized by the phrase, live and let live. You see? Where people will be like, hey, go do your thing, honey. Or buddy, okay? Go do your thing. Hey, whatever you want to do. I won't get in your way. I highly encourage you to go do whatever it is. Neutrality. Whatever happens, you roll with the punches. You don't have anything to prove. You feel safe and getting along well with other people. A lot of self-employed people are at this level. A very comfortable place, a level of complacency and laziness. You're taking care of your needs. Your needs, not other people's needs, not your ex-boyfriend's needs, or that shitbag you have next to you being man or woman. Not what your mom says or not what your dad says. Get away from these people. Willingness. Now that you are basically safe and comfortable, you start using your energy more effectively. Okay? That's why you got to cut these people off, because they're all taking your energy. You have to get away from these people. Just getting by isn't good enough anymore. You begin caring about doing a good job, perhaps even your best. You think about time management and productivity and getting organized. Things that wasn't so important to you at a lower level. Acceptance. You have to accept who you are. You have to accept the bad things or the good things you did in your life. Okay? You have to deal with them. Okay? You gotta grow up. You gotta become a man. You gotta become a woman. Okay? Most people in this world don't want to accept their own failures. So do it. Now a powerful shift happens. And now awaken to the possibilities of living proactively. At this level of willingness, you'll become competent. And now you want to put your abilities to a good use. Good use. Not going back to the devil you know. Not going back to those drugs. Not going out to them streets. That's what this means. You can't have one foot in the good and one foot in the bad. You can't be an in-betweener. You gotta do this all the way. Okay? This is the level of setting and achieving goals. I don't like the label acceptance, Hawkins says, but basically it means that you begin accepting responsibility for the role in the world, your role in the world, okay? Reason. Can anybody reason with you? Are you combative? Is it your way or the highway? Well, are you a liar? Okay, reason. At this level, you transcend the emotional aspects of the lower levels and begin to think clearly and rationally. Hawkins defines this level as medicine and science. Okay, the way I see it, he says, when you reach this level, you become capable of using your reasoning abilities to their fullest extent. This is where you want to be. Okay? You now have the discipline and the proactivity to fully exploit your natural abilities. This is where you want to be, all right? Love, okay? You have to fix your trauma, okay? This is a channel where we talk about childhood trauma, all right? Sex abuse, all right? Physical, emotional abuse, narcissistic abuse, all right? Those kind of things, drug abuse, all right? Alcohol abuse, Pornhub, all those things. Why do we talk about this? Because these are the things that I did because of my trauma in my past. And I had to take care of all these things. And I had to stop putting one foot in the good and one foot in the bad. You gotta leave it all behind, okay? Because you gotta rise up to love. You have to fix your trauma to open your heart, because you cannot go from the lower chakras to enlightenment without opening your heart. You have to forgive people. You have to forgive yourself. Let's get back to love, okay? I don't like Hawking's label of love here because it isn't the emotions of love. It's unconditional love, a permanent understanding of your connectedness with all that exists, like birds, like the trees, like other people, like other animals. We're all connected. Whether you're a mountain, a rock, or you, we're all connected. We're all the same. Think compassion. Do you know what compassion is? Maybe you don't. But this is where you have to be. Love. Okay? And if those people who are holding on to you and telling you, don't raise your vibration, oh, you might fall, blah, 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 they're losers, and leave them alone. Okay? At the level of reason, you live in service to your head. Head over that kind of decision. Head, okay? You see that you need a bigger context than just thinking for its own sake. At the level of love, you now place your head and all your other talents and abilities in service to your heart. Not your emotions, but your greater sense of right and wrong, your conscious. God, get closer to God. I see this as a level of awakening to your true purpose. Joy. Do you have joy? Do you know someone that has joy? You need to get around those people. All right? Who are you surrounding yourself with? Look around. Are they all smoking, drinking, toking? Guess what? Those people are going to be there for the next 10, 20 years. Do you want to be that person? No. No, you don't. No, you don't. I advise you to do something different because I had to. Okay? A state of pervasive, unshakable happiness. No matter what people say or do to you, you should always stay in this. No matter what happens to you. This is where you got to be. This is true power. The power of now. Now, today is the time for you to change. All right? Now, not tomorrow, now. The level of saints and advanced spiritual teachers. Just being around people at this level makes you feel incredible. At this level of life is fully guided by synchronicities and intuition. There's no more need to set goals and make detailed plans. The expansion of your consciousness allows you to operate at a much higher level than those losers who are there, sex, drugs, and rock and roll. A near-death experience can temporarily bump you to this level. Peace. I advise you to go and ground yourself. I know, go hug a tree, take off your shoes, walk on grass. You need to have peace. Total transcendence. Hawkins claims that this level is reached only by 1% in 10 million. See how hard it is? You have to grow up. Whoever's watching this video, you have to grow up. 1 person in 10 million. 1 person in 10 million. Boy, am I special. And that's exactly why I get so much hate. That's why people try to take me out. That's why people want to dirty my name. Because of losers who want to pull me down to their level. And maybe you're experiencing this too. Keep going. Let them watch. Enlightenment. The highest level of human consciousness where humanity blends with divinity. Extremely rare. Even just thinking about this level can raise your consciousness. I am going to put a song somewhere on here that maybe you can listen to. Okay, if you want to raise your vibration, I suggest you listen to this group. It's one of my favorite groups. Anyways, I'll put it on the screen. I think you'll find this model worthy of reflection. Not only people, but also objects, events, and whole societies can be ranked at these levels. Where are the people you hang out on this scale? And if they're low vibrational, you have to get away from these people. These people are going to try their best to convince you, don't go out there because it's spooky. Don't go out there because you might fail. So what if you fail? You will rise again. Okay? Who cares? Why do we fall? To learn to get back up again. And remember, let my stories help you change your lives. And I will see you in another video.